Have you ever had a coworker who was an actual nightmare? My coworker Trent figured out my weakness during my first week at the company 3 years ago. I was eager to help and desperate to make friends after moving to a new city alone. Trent noticed immediately and started small by asking me to proofread his reports, since English was supposedly his second language, even though he grew up in Ohio. Then he needed help formatting spreadsheets because his computer kept crashing, except it worked fine when he played online poker during lunch breaks. Within 6 months, Trent had trained me like a circus animal to do his entire workload while he took credit for everything. The manipulation was so gradual that I barely noticed it happening until it became my normal routine. Trent would show up late every morning claiming traffic was brutal and asking if I could start the morning reports so we wouldn't fall behind as a team. He would take 2-hour lunches for important networking meetings that were actually just naps in his car while I handled client calls pretending he was in another meeting. The worst part was how he made me feel guilty whenever I tried to say no to helping him out. I thought we were friends, but I guess I was wrong about you being someone I could count on when things get tough, he would say, with this wounded expression that made me feel like absolute garbage. Trent had this gift for making his problems sound like emergencies that only I could solve for him. His kid was sick, so could I handle his presentation, but he would definitely make it up to me later, except later never came. His car broke down, so could I finish his quarterly review, but he would totally split the bonus with me, except there was never any bonus to split. His mother was having surgery, so could I cover his biggest client meeting, but he would put in a good word for me with management, except those words were all about his own dedication and leadership skills. Every single favor came with a promise that evaporated the second I delivered what he needed from me. My friends kept telling me Trent was using me, but I genuinely believed we were a team helping each other succeed. Sure, I was doing most of the work, but Trent always made sure to publicly thank his amazing support system during meetings without ever specifically mentioning my name or contributions. He had mastered the art of taking credit without technically lying by using phrases like "we accomplished" and "our team delivered," when really he meant I did everything while he scrolled through social media. Other coworkers started assuming Trent was some kind of genius who could juggle impossible workloads while still having time for long lunches and early departures every Friday. But then a senior management position opened up, and Trent submitted a portfolio of work that was 90% mine as his accomplishments. During his promotion interview, when I overheard him through the conference room door saying, "I've had to carry dead weight for too long and I'm ready to build a team of people who actually contribute something valuable to this company," he was talking about me like I was the burden when I had been doing both our jobs for 3 years straight. That afternoon, I started documenting everything, including emails where Trent explicitly asked me to do his work and screenshots of him logged out of systems while I was logged in completing his assignments. I scheduled a meeting with HR and laid out 3 years of evidence showing exactly who had been doing what. HR promised to investigate, but said these situations were complicated and would take time to sort through properly. Meanwhile, Trent got the promotion and immediately became my boss, which meant he could now officially delegate all his work to me. His incompetence became obvious within 2 weeks when he couldn't answer basic questions during executive meetings without texting me frantically for help. He would assign me impossible deadlines, then yell at me for missing them, while he spent entire days doing absolutely nothing productive. Other departments started noticing that Trent could never provide updates without checking with his team first, and that his team was just me doing everything. His new boss started asking why simple tasks required so much oversight, and why Trent needed constant support for routine responsibilities. Trent's world crumbled fast when I submitted my resignation, and he realized nobody else would cover for him anymore. He begged me to stay, and offered me a raise that was still less than what he was making. "You can't just abandon me when I finally have the power to help your career move forward," he said, like he hadn't been blocking my progress for 3 years. Within a month of my departure, Trent was on a performance improvement plan, and within 2 months, he was demoted back to his original position, except now everyone knew he was incompetent. I thought I had escaped clean when I got an incredible offer from our biggest competitor with double the salary and actual growth opportunities. The background check was supposed to be routine, since I had nothing to hide, and glowing references from everyone except Trent. But yesterday, the offer was suddenly withdrawn with no explanation, just a vague email about concerns raised during the verification process. Then I saw Trent's Instagram story from a bar with someone I recognized from the competitor's HR department, and the caption, "Sometimes karma needs a little help." I realized he was destroying my future because I destroyed his present, but I wasn't going to go down without a fight. Full story on the channel below.